If you can't pass a challenge right now, so if you were to take 10 challenges and you were to fail every single challenge, right, there must be something wrong with your trading.
Yep.
You just need to stop buying challenges. I've seen people that are like investing their last like £500 in these challenges.
Or using credit cards.
Yeah, or using credit cards, getting themselves into debt. I've been there, I've done that, and you're just putting more pressure on yourself, and it never works. Like,
All right, guys, we're back. Another episode, TFT podcast. Today we're joined by Jay, one of the funded traders with the company coming from the UK.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to get into this. He originally was supposed to come to Miami for our event, but you elected to come with us here to Dubai. So yeah, I appreciate you coming out and welcome to the pod.
thank you, thanks for having me.
Yeah, so to start off, we always like to talk about some achievements. Right. So what is a achievement that you've had recently with TFT or just in general, right, with prop trading?
So it's a bit of a crazy story. So with TFT, I was just enjoying my day, like my Monday morning, and I got an email from Brandis, and it was like you said, I was supposed to come to the Miami trip, and it was just like, it's just like that. It was a weird like eureka, like me, like why me? I was really like baffled, and then I was also excited at the same time. So then obviously as soon as I saw the email, I replied straight away, and I didn't hear anything for a while. And then I think like a couple of weeks later, I got a reply saying, oh, like we're happy to have you on the Miami trip. But then it was, I think they replied like last minute. And then I obviously had to get in touch with you guys and say I couldn't make it. So then you guys said, okay, well, we'll do something about it. And are you free these dates and to come to Dubai instead? And I was like, yeah, I'd love to. And now here I am in Dubai with you guys.
Let's go. So obviously it's an accomplishment to be invited to come out. I think we've invited everybody that's made over a certain amount, right, to come. So how much have you made with TFT and then maybe in general with prop trading?
So with TFT, I think, like I was saying, when I was sitting at the dinner table yesterday, everyone was expecting to hear like some crazy payout story. But for me, I've had the account for a while. And with me, I don't aim for like crazy percentage numbers. I'm just consistent. So I've had the account for a while.
How long is a while?
So I've had the account since February. So I've had it for a while. But at the moment, I'm happy to say that I'm currently in Drawdowns. So I haven't traded the TFT account for a while. So obviously I'm just trading my personal account. I'm with other prop firms as well. But the interview that I'd done with Anna, shout out to Anna, she's a lovely girl. She done the interview with myself, and it was a decent payout. I think it was about 12k or 8k, something like that. And that interview I'd done with Anna was the real sort of catalyst to start off my sort of TFT journey. And I think that's the reason why I'm here with you guys, because the interview that I'd done with her got a lot of attention. And I think, like I said, it wasn't like one of these videos that you see on YouTube, like, funded trader made 40k payout, 100k payout. It was like the title was quite interesting. It was like Brit quits football to focus on trading or something like that. So it was like an interesting sort of story.
Shout out the content team.
Yeah, so it was an interesting sort of title. And obviously, like I said, it wasn't anything like a crazy payout or anything. It was just, I think the points that I was making and trying to address to people like myself is to just, don't try and go for stupid, ridiculous payouts. Like maybe focus on the psychology and your emotions behind the trading, and maybe keep the account for a long time. And that's how you get to, maybe like where I am today, just not crazy payouts, just trade it consistently, correct. And, treat it like a business.
Yeah. So it's not easy, right?
No.
To have this mentality. Where has this mentality come from for you to be this conservative?
To be honest, I'm not too sure. I think, looking back in my younger days, I was quite crazy. Like I always liked money, right? So I always was looking for fast ways to make money, and we've all been there, right? It just doesn't work. You have to sort of build it brick by brick and be consistent. And I think I just sort of taught myself really. Just at a young age, it's hard because you got other distractions as well. So you got like people at my age are like partying, going out, things like that. But you just have to sort of ignore it, block it out, and just focus on your own things. And I think that's how you learn really. Just you've got to be consistent and you just figure it out yourself. So I don't really know where I get it from, but I think it's just sort of self-taught, I guess.
Yeah, so you've learned from life experiences,
Yeah,
right?
just life experiences. Like, obviously, I'm still learning. I'm still young. I'm only 24. I still make mistakes every day, but I'm still trying to learn. And I think once you know where you're going wrong in life and you try and, just try and figure it out, I think that's where you really start to see progression.
So did you go to university or no?
No, so I went to school. I didn't do great at school, but it wasn't that I wasn't academically smart. It was just I didn't try. But I always, like, towards the end of school, like, you win like these stupid silly awards. The award I got was most likely to marry successful. So they saw something in me, like some sort of business side. Yeah. So they saw some sort of business side of me. But like I said, like, I'm very streetwise. I'm very street smart. So didn't go to uni. I'd done college. But like I said, I really like football. I still play football now. And like I said, when I did that interview with Anna, the title was UK Brit or something, quit football for a year to focus on trading. And I think, I didn't go to uni. I just went to college.
So that decision that you made to quit football, right?
Yeah.
What were you already successful at trading at that point or no?
No, not at all. No, I was still learning it. So where I started to see some real progression in trading was during COVID, because it was lockdown, right? And I think that was the best time where I could sort of dive deep and indulge and figure out who I was as an individual. Nothing else to do, right? Yeah. So I thought, why don't I invest in myself, figure out who I am as a person? I won't be able to go out because you can't, it's lockdown. Won't be able to see friends, so there's no distractions. It was the perfect time for me to really, go from 0 to 100. I think that's where I started to see some real results during lockdown.
Yeah. So when you first found trading, were you trading you're trading a personal account, right? And then when did you kind of find out about trading evaluations and all that? So
I was trading a personal account. I always used to put in like something stupid, like £1,000 or £500, and when you see those stupid adverts on YouTube, like put in £500, flip it to like 100,000, just stuff like that. It never works, right? I blew it every single time. And then it was till then I found a really good mentor called Ben. Shout out to Ben. He had a group where he actually was a partner with some prop firm. And that was when I really found out about that you could actually take a challenge. If you were to make a certain percent, that these prop firms would give you capital to invest with. And that was sort of like that eureka moment. I think you were saying the same yesterday at the dinner party when you found out about FTMO. It
was like crazy.
Yeah, it was like, wow, this really exists. Euphoria. Like, it's just a euphoria moment. Like, wow, this is crazy. So that's when I thought, okay, like, I'm gonna be rich.
True opportunity.
Yeah, it was just like a click, like a little spark. And that's where I thought, okay, this could be it. And that's where I decided to just devote my time to learning how to make it.
It was FTMO you found out about, or another firm?
So it was FTMO, yeah. Never actually got funded with FTMO, believe it or not. Only took 2 challenges with them, but that was like a couple of years ago, but didn't pass the account. So that was the real mechanism. And the catalyst.
In the UK, what is the most popular firm from your standpoint? Like, who are people going with the most?
To be honest, I think it was FTMO and MyForex Funds.
I would imagine it's FTMO.
Yeah, FTMO were, but I think with FTMO, obviously, like they've been around the longest, right? But they've got a 10% profit target, right? So a lot of people struggle with the psychology of getting that extra 2% because now prop firms are having 8%. Yeah. But then again, other people are like, well, these guys are the most reputable, right? So I might as well.
You want to go with them?
Yeah, I might as well go with them. So I think it's FTMO in the UK, but I don't really have a lot of friends that do what I do, so I wouldn't be able to speak from that.
So how do you manage that? You're saying that you don't have a lot of people that potentially trade like you do. Are you in the communities online, Discord, Twitter, right, and building a community on there, or just like trying to network on there?
Yeah, so I have my own community. It's not even that big at all. Like I think there's about 95 people, maybe 100 people in the community. But yeah, I think if you want to do something that that no one else really understands or can't really give you any advice for, then you definitely find a community and try and talk to people that do the same thing as yourself.
What is the motivation like with your community? What are you doing with them, right?
So they're just normal people like myself, really. So it's just people that are looking for trading advice. It's just it's not sort of like signals. It's more of a networking. So I want to try and build a strong network. I think that's the main thing for myself. Like, I think when you're surrounded by individuals who, do the same thing as yourself, and understand, and you're all on the same journey, I feel like I think it's a good motivation for yourself and a big catalyst.
100%. Yeah.
Like when you all talk about the same thing every single day,
Yep.
it's like you have a meaning, you know, it makes you want to get out of bed and right, the first thing you think about, right, trading, like let's get on the charts. It's
Purpose,
it's all like purpose, like you said.
Getting into the actual trading aspect of it, right? Like what is the strategy that you go with now? How has it changed over time, right? Has it always been similar?
So there's three different types. Well, there's quite a few different types of trading. So you've got obviously swing trading, you've got scalping, you got intraday trading. So I've tried every single strategy, and the one that's worked for myself, because you want to choose a strategy that, you know, works with your routine in life, right? So scalping, it doesn't work for me because I don't want to be sitting on the charts like all day, like, you know, looking at these little candlesticks moving every like second. I tried swing trading, just wasn't able to be patient enough. And then obviously I've discovered intraday trading, and that was the strategy that really resonated with myself and my routine, because I don't want to be on the charts all day, but I don't mind spending an hour on the charts just to see like a perfect setup. And then once I'm in, get on with my day, and then obviously come back and then close or whatever, close a trade or take profit.
So you'll hold like through the session?
Yeah, so I'll just hold through the session. If I have to hold to the next day, I will. But it's just one of those things where I place a trade. I'm not looking at my phone all day. I'm not looking at the charts all day. I'm just getting about my day. And if it wins, it wins. It loses, it loses. I've learned to just sort of control my emotions over the years.
How have you learned to overcome that? This whole mentality of, I place the trade and then I just let it go, right?
So I only started to do things that have worked well myself. So journaling and collecting data is a big thing, right? So I discovered that when I place these trades and I'm not actually watching them all day, that's when it's like doing well, because when you place a trade and you're looking at the candlesticks all the time, it's just messing up your head, and you're constantly like, it's like you're fighting.
Like looking at it from a negative standpoint.
Yeah, you're fighting like a demon in your head, and you're just sort of like then you start to see like different patterns when you're looking at it for like a certain amount of time. So I've learned that, obviously looking back at my notes and journals, that when I place a trade, I've taken that trade for an exact reason. I need to trust my analysis, close the charts, and not look at it until, you know, when I want to open up my phone again.
So you're setting stop losses, you're setting
of course, yeah. So stop loss, take profit. But sometimes I just won't look at my phone all the time. I'll just place it, get on with my day, do what I need to do, go to the gym, and then once I've got time, go back on my phone, have a look. If I'm happy, close.
Yeah, it's a good feeling to do it like that, right? And you come back, and then it's successful, or you're like, oh, it's shit.
Because you've taken that trade for a reason, right? So you've taken that trade because you think it's going to win. So there's no point in taking that trade and then looking at your phone thinking,
micromanaging.
I don't know if it's going to like go to my take profit now. So you think, well, why did you take the trade in the first place? There's a reason behind why you took that trade.
Right. So you're trying to be very systematic.
Yeah.
Are you journaling at all?
Yeah. So I'm journaling. So I'm journaling at the moment. I'm with another prop firm as well. We've got a really cool dashboard, and it actually has like an actual journal, and it's like you don't have to do anything.
Which one is it? Which firm?
So they're called Billions Club.
Billions Club. They're new.
Yeah, they're brand new. They're located in Dubai.
Okay.
I literally had a payout with them yesterday. First ever payout. They're brand new. But I liked the idea that they're obviously regulated in Dubai. I liked their dashboard. It looks quite cool. And I think they're quite, like I said, Dubai is quite a modern country as well. The way they go about it, it's just, I think it's pretty
professional.
Cool. Yeah, it's pretty professional.
Yeah. So they have a journal on the dashboard.
Yes, they've got a journal dashboard that really helps. And obviously I just like write down my thoughts.
Are there any other tools you're using, like any other journal platforms or anything?
No, not really. I'm just journaling. Like I'm actually writing it down myself, and then I like to look back at it. And obviously sometimes I'll take a screen. Like I've got thousands and thousands of screenshots on my phone, and sometimes when my trade does well, I take a screenshot and put it in a certain album on my phone. So then like when I'm on the train, or like say if I've got time to kill, I just scroll and look at like all my perfect setups, and it's just like a reminder. Yeah, like that's you want to like, you take these trades because you want to see the same pattern, right? So when you start to like install it in your brain, it just becomes a regular thing. Yeah,
for anyone that doesn't do that yet, right? You have like this collection of your setups and then reviewing them. There's this book called The Playbook by Mike Bellafiore, and it's this popular real prop trading like company in New York City, S&B Capital, right? More traditional. And what that book tells you is how every single day they're having their analysts take the screenshots of their winners, their losers, right? And then they're categorizing them a certain way in terms of like what rating the setup, you know, based on their rules and based on their strategy. And then they're putting them, you know, in certain buckets, and then they're reviewing them constantly. So they're constantly looking at these you call them A plus setups, B setups, right? Winning trades, losing trades, and they're just getting repetition as to what is their strategy.
Yeah.
So that when they see that trade, right, and it's that A setup, they're excited.
Yeah.
They're ready.
Yeah.
And that's gonna play out, right? So yeah, anyone that's not doing that, I think it's a good thing to do. Obviously some people are like, oh, I don't journal at all. I mean, good for you, right?
Yeah.
I do think can be very effective.
Yeah, it's like some people say like, oh, I never read books and stuff. Like some people will say like, if it works for you, it works for you. But if it doesn't, it doesn't. And I think like when I'm looking back at these pictures, it's like, I'm so happy that I've literally got thousands like on my, like I always have to keep like getting new storage. Like I've got thousands of screenshots on my phone. Like I've been doing it since like 2019. And like to look at back how quick, like how much my training has developed. Like last year is when I started to see really good results. And obviously, like I said, when it was locked down, there's nothing to do. That's when I really started to dive deep and work on myself as a person. And I'm still not where I want to be today, right? But I know exactly what I need to do and how to get there.
That's amazing. Yeah, I mean, you're so young still, right? 24. You say you're 24?
24, yeah.
Yeah, 24. So what are some of your goals right now, right? You're in the industry, you got funded accounts. What are you trying to do with all this?
So I just want to make my parents proud, really. Like that's the main thing. Like obviously you want to do it for yourself as well, right? But I think the big picture would obviously be retire my parents. I think that's always been something on my bucket list.
It's a worthy goal.
Yeah, it's just something nice. And just to like help people, like like on Instagram, I always reply to all my messages. Like I never just like read it. I always reply to every message and. Like I only started my Instagram account this year, so it's all been authentic. This year was when I decided, right, okay, I'm gonna try and start a community. I'm gonna actually take Instagram serious. I'm gonna post some content, put it out there. If no one likes it, doesn't matter. But if they do, then fair enough. And like I said, I was talking to you yesterday about Usman, the guy who run LP trading. He obviously sadly passed away. I'm now running his Discord community. I was his first student, and he saw something in me. I don't know what he saw, but he saw something in me. And to this day, there's about 900 active members in that community group, and every day I'm still in that group, like updating them. And obviously I do that all for free. It's just I feel like I want to continue his legacy on. And I'm still posting like weekly breakdown videos. Like I still take time my day to do that for him because I feel like I owe that to him, and obviously to myself as well, because he was the first mentor that got me funded and showed me the ropes. And he was the one that sort of when you have a group and you one individual stands out, you can always identify one person who wants it the most. I think he saw that in me, and obviously he made me like moderator, and he was like, okay, you can do one-to-ones. And at the time, I just wanted to be low key. I didn't want to do. I didn't like. He was posting like my payouts and stuff. I was like, Usman, please don't do that. But then after a while, I was like, do you know what? Like maybe it might be a good thing because now
step into that power.
Yeah. And I was getting like 5 messages a day in that group. Like it wasn't a lot, but now it's like I'm probably getting like 20, 30 messages a day. Like it's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, and I'll still reply to everyone. Like I still will always reply to everyone because
that type of grunt work or that type of that type of effort that you're giving to people, trying to give back to them, being grateful that they're reaching out to you, right? Not overlooking it. That's what ultimately builds a great community, right? A great future per se, and builds a lot of trust.
Yeah.
So that's what you're trying to do. Like, I think some people focus so much on the social media platforms. How many followers do I have? How much engagement do I have? And then they're buying engagement, they're buying followers. That doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
If you have 1,000 people and every single one of them love you, right, and they trust you, dude, that's better than having 10,000 followers where like almost none of them care about you.
Yeah, and of course, and I wanted to do it my own way. So obviously, I'm using my real name. I'm showing my face.
Yeah.
Like I've got nothing to lose, right? So if I was a scammer or if I was frauding people, then I'd get in trouble, right? But I'm being as authentic as I can, like. And even still to this day, I've got like 620 followers on Instagram. That's all authentic growth. Like that's all come from obviously like you guys helping out Usman students. Like it's just all authentic. And I think like I'm not, like I said, it doesn't matter if I've got 20,000 followers or 600 followers. I'm still going to be the same person. I'm still going to try and reply to every single message. And I am proud of myself and how far I've come in this journey because prop firm trading and trading in general isn't easy, right? It's difficult.
Oh no, it's very
and you
difficult.
question yourself even to this day. I question myself like, why am I doing this? But I know why I'm doing it. I know the end goal and I know the purpose, and it gets me out of bed. And I'm grateful for trading as well. Like I am.
That's your purpose in terms of your purpose and your brand, right? Your brand right now is to be very authentic, is to be very real, be yourself, and like as you're building it from 600 followers to 20, right? Because the guy who was just in here, right? He was at one point 1,000 followers. Now he's at 30.
Yeah.
Okay, right?
Yeah.
So you'd rather build and wait longer a real brand that's truly authentic than get to that goal sooner and have it be fake.
Yeah, of course. Like I'm still getting messages on Instagram from people saying like these are like the social media managers like, oh, like let me work with you. I can help you. I can help you take you from 600 followers to 30,000 followers. It's like, okay, I appreciate that, but I want to do it myself, right? Like, and I can vouch for all of the people in my community and even Usman's community. I don't think one of them could say one bad word about me in terms of how genuine I am. Like I'm so genuine. I've got a lot of time for everyone. Even like yesterday at the dinner party, I was just very like I was just like I said, it's probably one of the best views I've ever seen in my life, and I was just taking it all in. It was nice to be there. I really enjoyed the moment, and I'm just grateful to be here. Like I said,
that's an amazing mentality, amazing perspective. Like props to you for having that for sure. I think that people want to know, right? How do you operate in this, the community? They might be watching this, oh, the community's so small and the page is so small, right? And how are you so motivated and living with so much purpose right now when you're not at this crazy goal or this crazy size, right?
Because the only opinion that matters is the opinion that you have in yourself, right? So I know who I am as an individual. I know where I'm going. I know, what I'm doing for people is a good thing. I'm taking time out of my day to help people. And like I said, I'm only on 620 followers now, but believe me, I'm still going to be the same person if I have 100,000 followers or 50,000 followers. I'm still going to be the same person. So yeah.
So what are trading wise, right? Right now, what do you have accounts wise? Not just TFT in general.
I had 100 with MFF, right? So that's gone. I had 100 with you guys. My accounts and Drawdowns, haven't touched that for a while. I've got my personal account, and I've also got it's going to be 200k soon with Billions Club.
Billions Club.
Yeah, Billions Club.
What are the rules, Billions Club?
So Billions Club, so they've got 90% profit share and weekly payouts. So that was something that enticed me. I believe their price is a little bit more expensive than you guys. And they've got 8% overall max drawdown, and then 4% daily. But I don't, I'm literally risking like 0.5% per trade, if that.
Okay. And 0.5% per trade, and how many trades per day?
So I'm very conservative. So I was speaking to Kyle, Kyle, I was telling, like, we were sort of resembling with each other, like, you shouldn't be, doing 5% in one day. You shouldn't be doing that at all. And if anyone is doing that, then they're clearly gambling, right?
Yeah.
So
shout out Nico. Yeah. You said 4% a day.
I'm risking like 0.25% to 0.5%. And I think that's a more systematic approach. And like I said, I'm a conservative trader, so I'm probably taking like 1 to 3 trades a week. And everyone, like I said, everyone in Usman's group and my own group can vouch for that. Like there's been times where I've literally waited like 2 weeks for a setup. And if that setup was to fail, I wouldn't be upset at all, because I know that I've followed my whole trading plan. I've done everything I possibly can. And I think that's the best way to go about trading. And it used to really bother me when I'd go to bed in drawdown, right? So say I've taken like 2 trades of the day, I'm like, I don't know, 1% down. It used to really bother me going to sleep knowing that I've lost, because it feels like I've lost for the day. Like no one wants to go to bed feeling like a loser, right?
No.
I would then do everything I can to try and get myself out of drawdown, right? And then
before the day's over.
Of course, yeah, because you want to go to bed in a good mood, right? No one wants to go to bed pissed off, right?
No.
So I would always try and find a trade to get me out of drawdown. And when you start to chase your losses, you just incur more losses. And that's probably one of the best advice someone's ever given me.
Yeah. If you're trying to pull yourself out of the hole, but then you're breaking all your rules, you're never gonna get.
Yeah.
You're never gonna get out of it. So 0.25 to 0.5% per day that you're trying to risk. So what has been like risk reward wise, right? Have you been trying to hit like 1 to 2, 1 to 3? What is the?
So my win rate's probably like 40%. I'm getting like 1 to 5s, 1 to 6s. So my risk to reward's really high. And then I always look for a scaling as well. And obviously with the scalings, the risk to reward's even crazier, right? Because you're going down on the lower time frame. So that's the key to passing the challenges. I can literally pass a challenge in like 2-3 trades just because of how nice my risk to reward is.
You're trying to shoot for high risk reward.
That's right, yeah. So I'm going for a high risk to reward, but when I'm actually funded, it's a little bit different, right? Because when you first get funded, you have to approach it differently, right? Because you want your refund. That's the main goal. You don't care about the payout. You just want your money back, right? So anything from 1 to 2%, I'm taking the refund. I'm waiting for my payout. And I think that's where a lot of people are going wrong. They're aiming for like crazy payouts. Like fair play to you guys if you are getting these payouts, but for me, it's never worked for me. And anytime I have tried to go for a crazy payout, like a couple of years ago, it's never worked because I'd be constantly looking at my phone. I've got like 50 lots in, and I'm just like constantly looking at my phone. I'm battling demons in my head. But the way I've approached it now is so much better. It's just a much calmer approach.
Yeah. What's the highest lot size that you've dropped on like a funded account?
So obviously, like I said, when you scale and you go down to a lower time frame. So my risk reward's really high. So my stop loss would be quite tight. So I think I've had about like maybe 30 lots on a funded.
And so you had like a 10 pip stop loss or something?
Yeah, so like 5 pip stop loss, like 4 pip stop loss. But like I said, my risk rewards are extremely high. So if it was a 30 lot size, I'm only risking like 0.5% of my account just because of how tight my stop loss is.
Right, like if you have a $100,000 account and then you're risking 30 lots and your lot sizes or your stop loss is 4 points.
Like 3 pips or 4
pips, You could potentially lose like, I don't know, $1,000 or $500.
And then there's people like, I'll still get haters to this day, right? And there's people saying, like I take a screenshot of my trade if it's a winner or loser, and they'll be like, well, you've put 30 lots down. It's like, well, yeah, it's still 0.5% of my capital, right? So it may look big, but it's still my trade.
They're like, oh, you're dropping 30 lots for 10 points.
Yeah. It's like everyone looks at the lot size. No one actually looks on the proper, correct risk management and trading. And you could be a great trader, but if your risk management's bad, then you're going to fail.
So what tools do you use on the charts?
So I'm just the only indicator I actually use is a Fibonacci tool. That's the only thing I use. But I'm simply just trading price action. I do supply and demand. So I'm just looking for like liquidity, then waiting for it to tap into my supply or demand zone, and then I'll just either set a sell limit. And like I said, I'm always doing my homework like on a Sunday, like a Saturday or a Sunday night, putting my alerts in, and then I'll never trade Monday, so it'll be Tuesday, and then once my alert goes off.
Why don't you trade Monday?
Just because it's never worked for me, right? Because like I said earlier, I journal a lot, and I've always found that on a Monday, my trade never ever wins. If it does, then it's rare.
Yeah,
but really? I don't like to trade Mondays. And again, I'm not saying don't trade Mondays. It's just it's never benefited me, so I don't trade Mondays. Right. But yeah, so I'm literally just putting like buy and sell limits, and like I said, I'm not waiting. If it triggers, it triggers. If it loses, it loses. If it wins, it wins. I just want to, get it triggered in the trade and then carry on about my day. Like I don't want to be sitting watching my phone or being on a laptop all day, because no one like I'm trading to make money, right? I'm not trading to look at these weird candlestick patterns. Like if you do like looking at all these candlestick patterns all day, then there's something wrong with it, right? So the end goal is obviously to make money, and you want to be doing it as quickly as possible and not be using your whole energy and your whole day to be trading. So I'll just be setting buy and sell limits, and then, like I said, carrying on about my day.
Are you right now working like a job? Or
so I'm doing a little bit of recruitment. It's not full time, but like I said, the trading's going well, and obviously I've got my own group that's going well. But
recruitment for what?
So I work for a recruitment company. Like I said, it's not full time; it's just part time at the moment. But it's like a 0-hour contract. So they're looking to find it's like I'm trying to sell sales jobs, right? And it's like field sales. It's like jobs that no one wants to do. So it's hard to find. Hard to find these jobs. It's like where you have to like knock on the door and sell like random stuff, right?
Oh, no one wants to do that.
Exactly. So it's hard. It's a hard job to do. But yeah, I'm primarily focusing on trading at the minute. That's all I want to do, and obviously build a strong community.
So getting back to trading, what is, again, like, are you trying to shoot for a max allocation, certain payout amount, right? What is your goal?
So when I first, discovered prop firms, I'd always say like, right, I want 500K in funding. I'll like try and take the biggest challenge, and it's never worked out, right? So I'm not putting any stress on myself. Like if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But the goal would be to have 1 million in funding. That would be my goal because, like I said, I'm a conservative trader, right? So I'm not risking a lot of my capital. I'm risking like 0.5%, 0.25%, right? So I know that if I had 1 million in funding, the payouts are going to be really, really nice.
I mean, you make 1%, it's like 10K.
Yeah, so, right. So if I'm risking 0.5%, that's like 5K, but it's like correct trading. Like it's conservative trading. And like I said, like some people like to, risk 1% or 2% on their trades. Fair play. I don't think, for me, it just doesn't work, right?
So for the people wondering, right, what are some, you're saying, oh, you can pass challenges pretty effectively, with these high risk reward trades. Like, what are some tips for people that just can't pass a challenge right now?
So if you can't pass a challenge right now, so if you were to take 10 challenges and you were to fail every single challenge, right, there must be something wrong with your trading. So you just need to stop buying challenges because the thing is, I've seen people that are like investing their last like £500 on these challenges.
Right, or using credit cards.
Yeah, or using credit cards, getting themselves into debt, borrowing money. Like I've been there, I've done that, and you're just putting more pressure on yourself, and it never works. Like when you're put under pressure to do something, like I said, sometimes it makes people perform better, but 9 times out of 10, people crumble under pressure, right? So I think if it's
just not needed either.
It's just not needed, right? And like I said, when you get funded like 100K, you're not going to be rich overnight anyway. You still then got to pass phase 2. You still then got to get funded. Like you still got to wait for your payout. Like some people can pass phase 1, pass phase 2, make like 3%, but can't wait for their payout. And initially they'll lose the account and their refund, right? Yeah. So I've been there, done that. And like you guys, if you are making like 1 or 2% when you're funded, just please wait for your payout and get your refund. That's all you should care about, your refund. Even if it's like 0.5%, like just get your refund because then you've got your refund back, the pressure's off. Like once you've got your money back, there's no pressure, right?
So getting to TFT, what is your favorite promotion that TFT has run?
So this is a funny one. So you guys are still with 8cap, right?
Yeah, we have 8cap.
So there was a time where it went down. It like you had something go wrong with it.
Yeah.
You sent out a discount code to all the people that got affected. And I think it was like 30% or like 25%. And I used that discount. I think you gave each individual person 3 times to use that code. So I've still got like 2 left. So I'm still like, like saving it for a rainy day.
Oh my God.
But that was a good one.
Everyone loves the big percent off.
I like the ones where you can, the other one I had was when you got to keep like, was it like, I think it was like phase 1 of like a percentage of the
like
profits.
10%.
Yeah, that was a good one. I like that one. And the 90% payout's a good one. That's always a good one.
Yeah.
And then the 150% refund. That's always nice.
I was going to say, definitely the refund type of guy with that. Yeah. That's one thing we're always trying to do, the promotions. Obviously, a lot of other companies do it now as well. Everyone's constantly running like crazy promotions, right? But yeah, that's something that, FTMO never done. They never did. And we wanted to just make it's just more fun to do it that way. It obviously benefits you guys as well, benefits the company, to get more people in.
I feel like sometimes they're a little bit like a little bit too like stubborn and too proud. They're like, okay, we know that we're the best prop firm.
FTMO, yeah.
Yeah, so we know that we've been around the longest. We're the best prop firm. We pay out everyone. We never have any like problems. We're never just going to give discounts, and we're not going to change our like drawdown rules or our profit targets. But in this day and age, you need to adapt to what everyone is doing and what like you want to hear what the people want, right? So I think
what would be like one suggestion for them if you were to say one for FTMO?
I think just like maybe go from 10% to even 9% or even 8%. Like they can budge a little bit, right? But the one thing I liked about TFT was it was just yourself, really. Like you was the guy that actually drawed me into getting funded because I just stumbled across your Discord community and you was just in there talking every day. Like I was like, damn, is this guy really the CEO? Like you're talking there every day. Like, like how have you got time to run the company and still talk and reply to everyone? Like you was replying to me and I was like, I love this guy. Like I could like,
I appreciate
I'm
going
to buy a challenge like straight away. Like I could see that you was authentic and I thought, damn, like this is a good company to be with. Like you've always got time for everyone, right? And you always listen to everyone's. You always listen to everyone's advice. Like if anyone has a problem, you do your best to sort it out. And even with all the whole payout problems, like you still done your best to sort it out.
Yep.
And obviously to this day, you're still going to get hate from people. Like you're still going to get random Trustpilot reviews. You're still taking time with your day to correct it. And you're just authentic, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I mean, we put a lot of effort into it. It's not easy at the end of the day to, like, the thing that with TFT is it's become so much bigger, right? It's not this little company where you can control everything as much, right? A lot of it is out of our control now.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people being affected. There's 3 brokers that people can choose from, 3 platforms they can trade on. There's things that are happening and occurring, and there's going to be people that love the branding, that love the conditions, and that love the pricing. There's people that are going to hate that stuff,
Yeah.
right? And there are people that love me, and there's people that are going to hate me, right? So, you know, for myself, I think as a company, we just need to continue to, like you said, be authentic, to understand, like, what is our message, what are we trying to do, like, what are our goals, and just keep moving in that direction.
Yeah.
Like, and doing that will be more than fine.
Yeah, like, you're super successful, right? Like, I've always said to you, like, I've always looked up to you and stuff, but you're still taking time out your day. Like, you don't have to reply to everyone. You don't have to be in Discord. Like, you really don't have to, but you're still doing it. And to me, that shows a lot. Like, I can't really name any CEOs that are still taking time out their day to reply to people on Instagram, going in Discord, still helping people out, dealing with, like, all the scammers, dealing with all the hate that you get, like, on Trustpilot. Like, you always got time for your business, right? Yeah. And like you said yesterday, like, if anything was to happen to TFT, you know that you wouldn't be worried because you've got your next plan, right? Like, that was probably one of the best things you said yesterday. Like, I took that in. Yeah.
I put it like this because in life you will have many opportunities, right? And there'll be many chapters. The thought or the desire is to have a chapter last a significant amount of time, right?
Yeah.
But you always have to be prepared for the alternative. And you always have to be, in my opinion, optimistic, right?
Yeah.
I'm a realist, but I'm also an optimist. So, you know, for me, I think that TFT has come a long way, and it has a long way that it can go. But yeah, I'm always going to be prepared for whatever happens, right? Yeah. There's things out of our control with this company, because we're in an industry that's new, that's up and coming, that's becoming massive, that's affecting a lot of people. So, you know, obviously there's been things that have been going on over the last month or so in the industry in general with MFF and all this stuff. And you never know what's going to happen, you know? So for myself, for the team, you know, I'm just trying to everyone be very focused, everyone be very grateful. You know, that's a big thing with TFT, with the employees and everything. Everyone loves to work for the company. I mean, it's like a dream for a lot of people to work in this environment, to be working on this product. So yeah, we're just going to keep doing it as long as we can. We're going to keep putting as much effort into it that we can. I really do believe it could become a lot bigger, and just overall the experience can become a lot better for everybody.
I mean, for me, I think you guys are definitely number one. I mean, obviously, I don't know what the leaderboard's saying, but you guys, for me, are definitely number one just because of how well that you've done. Yeah, I mean, it fits me well. I'm really liking it. And I've got the hat at home. But yeah, like I said, for me, I think you guys are number one because just there's no CEO out there that are as engagement as you. Like, you're so genuine, you're so authentic, and I think for me, it doesn't matter about how. What like FCA is saying, like they should be looking at you as an individual and how you're treating your customers, and like I said, everyone that works for you is always excited to work for you. Like that guy, you brought that guy to the dinner party yesterday. Yeah, like he was just over the moon just to be there. Like I'm saying, like he's a genuine guy, he's a nice guy, and he was just happy to be there as well. And for you to bring someone that works with you, like didn't you say he was your first employee?
Yeah.
Like that just shows a lot about you, man.
It's important. All that stuff is extremely important.
Like, I don't think there's any other CEO that's like bringing their like the people that work for them to Dubai and paying for their dinner and things like that, and buying them AirPods, and you know, it's just crazy. Like
the details.
Like, shout out to you, man.
Yeah, it's not easy, right? To live like this, and to be extremely disciplined and to think about the details, but it's exciting. There's so much more that I can do, right? And there's more that I can be. But I'm just being the best that I can be at the end of the day for you guys. The same way all of the community, all the traders, everyone shows up, the employees, everyone shows up, you know, they try to do their best. They're putting a lot of effort, putting time, money, right? So I owe it to everyone to be that person, you know, to be the leader, to be there and to continue to work on this as hard as I can. And that's how things become like spectacular. Honestly, that energy.
Because you got to understand, like when we're all sitting around that table, like there's like someone's always looking up to someone around that table, right? So if you know that you're the leader in the room and you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, then you're sort of letting yourself down as well as an individual, right? So, but for me, like when I was sitting, like just even coming on this trip, like like I say, I'm not as big as some of these traders, but for me, just to be in their presence and to talk about things that that we can both resemble with is just an experience in itself. Because like I said, I'm from England, right? And there's not really many people at all that are funded. None of my friends are funded. Obviously they understand trading and stuff, but I have no one to talk to about it, right? So which is why I built the community that I've built. I can talk to other people around the world. But just to actually talk to real life people for once, not on a keyboard, it's great. Like it's a good
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I am very adamant to bring people together to do the podcast. Because I understand that I was at a point where I had gotten rid of a lot of people in my life, and I wanted to meet new people that were focused on similar things that I was focused on, and I didn't want it to just be digital, right? And it's not easy to find these people. No. So for us, and what I've found with people in this industry coming together, there's some differences, right, that we've had, but when you come together, you kind of realize that everyone thinks very similarly. Yeah. Right? Everyone has similar goals. Everyone goes about themselves like very similarly. And it's just really cool to actually meet people like that are from all over the world.
Yeah, there's something really powerful about like a group of guys that all share the same interests, that's sitting around a table discussing things that everyone actually understands. There's something powerful, like really powerful about that. Yeah. And it's like you're ready for war. Like, do you know what I mean? Like you're ready to go out there and it's just like you leave that dinner table and you think, wow, like
this is different.
What a great bunch of people. Like we all share the same things. Everyone's motivated. Like, and if someone is slacking, like they'll try and give someone a bit of advice. Like we're all there to bring each other up. And I think that's like, as guys, I think you need that as well.
That's a group of some top class people. Yeah. That are really putting themselves on the line, putting their necks out there, trying to better not only themselves, their communities, trying to make money, trying to reinvest that money, right? That is a high level group. Yeah, of course. To say the least.
And when they're all talking from past experience and giving their advice, like I was just sitting there for like a good 2-3 hours, like just listening to it all, like taking it all in. Like it's exactly where I want, like it's exactly what where I want to be. Like it's exactly, I've been like reminiscing about this moment for ages. Like I've been manifesting it for ages. And I think when you really try and put yourself out there and in that atmosphere, like you will be surrounded by those people eventually, right?
Oh yeah, I agree. And it just, how far do you want it to go, right? Yeah. And that manifestation, that tool, part of one of many tools, right, to get to where you are, to cultivate this reality. But yeah, now it's, what do you want to manifest because you've had this experience, right? You've met a lot of people that you've looked up to, that you've been inspired by. Yeah. And where does it go from here? That part's up to you. And it could be a very fun thing.
Yeah, like who knows, like the sky's the limit, right? Like
legit.
I was like, probably like two years ago, a year ago, I was like watching all these like podcasts, like listening to all these people. I was really inspired by them. And like yesterday I was sitting at a dinner table with them, and it's just like, I've always been manifesting this moment, and for it to actually happen, like it is crazy. And it's like a real wake up call. And it's now giving me an even more hunger to go out there and really like go hard, like I'm going to come back from this trip, like, because Dubai just opens your eyes, right? It's like it's
crazy city.
It's like if you haven't been to Dubai, guys, you need to go. It's crazy.
City's insane.
Like when you like come out of your own country and then get into this country, it's just different. Like it's a beautiful country, like beautiful people, everyone's friendly. And then when I go back to England, I'm not going to be depressed and be like, oh, I'm back in England. It's raining. It's this. It's that. It's going to make me go even harder, man. I promise you, like I'm just going to go super hard when I get home.
Yeah, it's important to, really get clear on what your goals are. Yeah. And this new experience, you coming out here, even for me, right? Coming to Dubai, seeing what's out in the world. It's always opening different doors, different dimensions of the mind, really thoughts on what's possible. So I'm going to certainly have some reflection too. Yeah. When I get back and try to understand, and luckily I live in Miami and I love Miami, but I'm gonna go back there and reflect and see, well, wow, there's more out there, right?
Yeah, it's definitely more out there.
There's a lot more out there. And I like what you said about the people, right? People here have been nice. I mean, there's good people everywhere. Yeah. Everywhere you go. And the type of people that you want in your life, ultimately you'll find. And that's something that I've definitely learned, over time, something that definitely is a key to life, right? Surrounding yourself with good people. So people, we're gonna wrap up the pod. Why don't you, as a final goodbye, tell some people where they can find you, right? You have all your socials.
Yeah, of course. Like so at the minute, I'm only on Instagram, so it's just ej.tradingfx. That's my Instagram, but am going to start, because obviously like I was around the dinner table yesterday with you guys and everyone was talking about Twitter, this and that, and I was thinking, okay, maybe I should actually start Twitter and try and actually
big Twitter
grow my, because I'm all about authentic, right? I don't want anyone to come out and help me and take me from this to this. I want to do it myself. I want to show everyone that I genuinely am an authentic person. So I think, if I was to come on Twitter and put some realistic tweets out and talk about my experience I had in Dubai with you guys and just life in general, like I'm here to help. Like I'm only, like I said, I reply to every single message. So if you want to, reach me out and talk to me about anything, like even just advice in general, like I'm more than happy to.
Yeah, we'll put in the description as well where they can find you, socials and everything like that. Well, listen, it's been a pleasure. I definitely wish you the best of luck, and really appreciate you coming out, the kind words about TFT, everything like that. But we got a job to do tonight. We gotta win.
We're gonna win that.
Yeah, we're gonna.
You only good at golf, or
yeah,
you good at golf?
I'm okay. Yeah, I'll do okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
football's my thing. So.
Football. Fuck.
I think we're pretty screwed.
All right, well, at least we're gonna look good. We're gonna get the jerseys on and everything.
Good.
So yeah, man, thanks for coming out.
Appreciate you having me.
Appreciate it. Yep. Let's go.
Let's go.